How many times have you had someone disagree with something that you said or you did and you immediately believe that they were 100% right and you were wrong? You feel guilt and shame at giving someone a reason to call you out and causing a problem for someone, and you immediately believe that you have to change your actions and your beliefs. Because hey, if you were doing the right thing, no one would ever have any reason to complain about you and you wouldn't cause any problems, so you obviously must be doing something wrong, right? This was such a common thing for me as a teenager and a young adult, and honestly, I still have problems with it now. When you identify as a people pleaser and you're so scared of conflict that you try to make everyone happy all the time, you tend to automatically assume that whenever someone challenges you, it's because you are in the wrong. This is only made worse when you're introverted and you don't have much experience dealing with people from different backgrounds, different cultures, or different social groups. When you only interact with your video game buddies in a comfy environment where everyone's in the same situation, everyone likes the same things, no one calls each other out, you don't get used to being challenged. You get comfy and want to keep the peace and keep this level that you're happy with wherever you go. So when someone does have a problem, which will always happen to you in life, you desperately try to get things back as quickly as possible to this comfy level. That's, the only environment that you can actually live and survive in. That quickest way is usually just to agree with whatever they're saying, even if it's just in your mind. We talk a lot about growth in self-improvement, and doing this is another perfect example of having a bad habit, having a tendency that does not allow you to progress. People are always going to have problems with you, no matter how much you try to please them, no matter how quickly and often you change your beliefs, your actions, what you say to match how they feel and what they want. I mean, you could literally be perfect and come across somebody that hates perfection. You can't win every battle. This is one of the fundamental areas of life that you need to get conceptualized and built into your memory as soon as possible. Problems are inevitable. Problems are also pretty much always a result of somebody's expectations not being met. Somebody expects something to be, said or done in a certain way, and when reality inevitably doesn't match up with what they expect, they criticize and they complain. The thing is that these expectations are just based on opinions, and opinions are different for everyone. They're different depending on, your culture, your upbringing, your childhood, your temperament, your experiences. Literally everything affects and shapes your opinions. So why are you so quick to change yours just because somebody else's clashes with your own? Of course, as with everything, you need to be humble, and there will be times when you have a really, dumbass opinion that needs to be changed because you're uneducated or inexperienced. But there are so many times where you, just like me, instantly assume that your opinion is wrong because somebody challenged it. You're so scared of conflict that you fold like a house of cards. There's no faith in your beliefs, no conviction in your actions. It's cowardice, yes, and it can come from anything. Again, probably from your childhood, probably from being a nerd, not fitting in, not feeling cool, not anything can affect it. But the point is that you need to have this level of faith, this layer of thick skin to know that if somebody disagrees with you, you don't automatically have to think that you're wrong. You don't automatically have to feel like you need to change. It's just an opinion. It's just a different expectation. Sometimes no one is right or wrong. It's literally just the fact that it is different. So the next time somebody criticizes something that you said or did or didn't do, whatever it might be, approach it with a calm, rational mind. Take a few deep breaths if you need to. Understand that while they may use language like you're wrong or you shouldn't do this, there's an invisible, unspoken, in my opinion, at the start of all of that. In my opinion, you are wrong. In my opinion, you shouldn't have done this. It's not an objective fact. It's not a true statement of the universe. And so you shouldn't immediately think that you're wrong and they're right. Once you're comfortable with this idea, once you've conceptualized this and understand that it's just two people having different expectations, not a force of good and a force of bad, you can approach these disagreements and these challenges as a learning opportunity. Keep an open mind and honestly, think about what the person's saying and, see if your beliefs or your actions actually could be improved. But only change if you really want to, if you really believe that it's right, not because you feel like you need to make the other person happy. Remember, your thoughts, your wants and needs, your opinions and beliefs, they are just as valid and just as valuable as anyone else's, and you shouldn't put anyone else's above your own just for the sake of avoiding conflict. If you're going to change them, do it because you want to, not because you feel like you have to. It's a long road to have conviction behind your actions when you're not used to doing it. It's a tough journey to make when you're such a people pleaser and so scared of conflict that you would do anything to get yourself out of a problem. But when you understand that problems are inevitable parts of life and no matter what you do, you're always going to encounter them, you'll learn to stop running away from them, to approach them as learning opportunities, to see them as opportunities to grow, not statements, not signposts that you are wrong and you have to change. Be humble, be accountable, be realistic, leave ego at the door, but don't run away from problems. Solve them, because they're going to be there no matter how much you try to hide. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Dan, and remember, always keep on smiling.